everyone, it's Lucy from KBeautyHobbit.com. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer. I appreciate you either way. I love doing nail videos. Most of my videos are about nail strips, the kinds that need UV lamps, the kinds that don't. I have nail ratings and all kinds of things. All of that can be found under the nails playlist. But today I'm trying something new for me. It's the Dazzle Dry mini kit. I bought this with my own money. It's not sponsored or anything. I'll put links to everything I'm using in the description box. But this whole system really intrigued me for a while. It's quite expensive, but a lot of people swear by it. If you're wondering why there's a little bowl with dinosaur prints in the back here, it's because of this. So we'll talk more about it, but this Dazzle Dry base coat, before you use it, it has to be completely crystal clear. And see how mine is milky? That means that it's too cold. And if I use it just like this, my manicure is not going to turn out. So I have this bowl back here with warm water. I'm going to set it in there and it's going to sit there while we chat about the system. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a professional nail artist. I am just a hobbyist who loves nails. I used to paint my own nails all the time. I used to do gel at home a lot. Then I kind of switched to strips because it's easier for me, even though it's not necessarily faster. I like having my nails painted. I just don't like waiting for it to dry. I don't love having to be super precise. So the reason that I finally pulled the trigger on this thing is because it's supposed to be unlike any other system. It uses a formula that just does not exist anywhere else. It fully dries to the point that you can go ahead and go to bed and you will not have the sheet imprints by morning or anything like that. So you do need to use their whole system, or so they say. You have the nail prep solution, the base coat that's currently warming up, the nail color, and these come in different colors. I love that this mini kit, which I went with a mini kit because before I buy anything full size, I just want to try it. It's very expensive, like I said. So I wanted to try it. The cool thing is the mini kits come with a ton of different colors, so you can really choose something. It's not like you have to just go with red or beige or something like that. There's tons and tons of them. And then you get your top coat. And then this little thing, it's called Revive. Because this is such a fast drying system, it's pretty common and normal for the colors and the top coat to get kind of viscous with time, too thick. And that's why you have this Revive. It's a solvent that does not dilute the color. And that's why this kit comes with a little pipette. As your color or your top coat become too thick, you're supposed to add a little bit of this and basically bring them back to life. That's why it's called Revive. You do not want to put that into the base coat though. That will ruin the base coat. I prepped what's left of my nails by pushing back the proximal fold. That's the living tissue here. People call it a cuticle, but the cuticle is the dead cells. Anyway, whatever, if you want to say I pushed back the cuticle, fine. But I pushed back the cuticle. I decided not to use a cuticle remover because I'm currently going through an eczema flare-up and I just don't want to put anything that's even a little bit abrasive on my hands if I don't have to. So I pushed it back. I shaped the very, very little length here that I have. This is intentional. My nails were getting too thin because I was over buffing them or over roughing them in preparation for different nail strips. I learned since then that you're really only supposed to roughen up the new growth. You don't go with a buffer at the whole nail every time because it thins the nails out. And then I had this little nail greenies issue. It's not an issue anymore, but there's no way to get rid of this color other than just letting it grow out. And I broke this nail yesterday, even though it was already short. So the struggle is real, guys. I know it's not the most beautiful nails you've ever seen, but we're just working with what we have today and just testing the system. It is best if you have lint-free little cotton swab things. I don't have lint-free ones, so I'm using what I have. If this works out, if I like how it goes, if I decide to paint my nails more often versus always using nail strips, then I will get some lint-free ones, but for now I'm just using what I have. I looked at the ingredients, again, not a chemist, but the first ingredient in this prep is alcohol, so it's just meant to degrease your nails and remove any residue, oils, whatever that you might have. It does say to avoid touching the nails after wiping them off with this prep solution, which makes sense. You don't want to put oil back on it. The base coat is nice and clear now. However, the little stuff that was printed on the bottom here totally came off in my bowl. So whatever was printed here is no longer printed here, but the bottle is exactly how you want. If you have to do this to your base coat, and there's a good chance that you might, do not submerge it past the logo, because you don't want the water to get into the product, and if it does, you have to unfortunately discard your whole product because it will not be good anymore. It has been absolute ages since I painted my fingernails. The last time I did it was right after I bought some IL&P nail colors, which are really pretty. I don't claim to be the best at painting nails. As just a regular user myself, while I love watching professional nail artists, the salon life is probably my favorite. All of her educational videos, I've really been binging those lately. So while I love watching that content, just because a professional can use a product and get a fantastic result absolutely does not mean that I can. And so I really like watching what I would consider regular, average people like myself use products, because that's what really tells me if I'm going to be able to use it. So hopefully this video is useful for some of you, even though it's obviously not a professional one. Now, there are quite a few layers that you have to apply with Dazzle Dry. I've seen some criticism of that online, that it's too many steps. I don't mind doing many steps if the thing lasts. So for me, the biggest thing is, will it last? You do need to use 2 coats of base coat, allowing them to dry to matte in between. It's already looking really matte on my thumb that I did first. It is looking pretty matte on the rest of my fingers. I'm going to do both hands kind of at the same time. So left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. And I am right-handed. So you're watching me paint my dominant hand right now with my non-dominant hand. This is very watery, very easy to apply, very easy to spread. It does not smell like anything. This is what 2 layers of the base coat look like. I'm pretty sure they're dry. It does say allow it to dry to matte, but I think this is as matte as it's going to get. It's still pretty shiny, but it's not at all as shiny as it is when you first apply it. Pro tip that I wish I thought about before starting is loosen a little bit your caps before you start with a base coat. Like loosen the cap on your color before you do the base coat, because it's kind of hard to do when you're drying your base coat on your nail. You might have to give me a little bit of grace here because I am pretty far away from my nails. I'm usually much closer to them when I paint them without a camera in my face. So it's probably not going to go as smoothly as it would if I were just painting them, you know, on any normal evening without filming. I changed the camera angle. Let's see if we can get it a little bit better so you don't think I'm horrible at painting nails. I swear I'm not horrible at painting nails. I did get a couple little brushes a few months ago when the gel allergies kind of became a huge topic for people. And I thought, oh, if I ever get gel on my skin when I'm doing nail strips, I can go ahead and clean it up with this little brush dipped in remover. So the little whoopsies that I made on my other nails while trying to film, this is what the first coat looks like. It's already starting to dry. I can see that it's matte. Maybe it's already even dry. I'm not sure. This is 2 coats of the red. It does go a lot better when I'm not having to film the painting process. I just probably don't have the right setup or enough skills for that. Anyway, I'm not seeing the kind of coverage that I would like, so I think I'm going to do a 3rd coat. Just because here there's some thinner spots. I fully recognize that some of this could be user error, because when I watched professional nail people do videos with Dazzle Dry, kind of seems like they get more even coverage, but again, I'm not a professional, I'm just a regular person. This thumb here does have a dent. That's just my nail, that's an injury, but this is 3 coats. So I like how 3 coats look a lot more than with 2 coats. And I do have to say that this polish is a little bit difficult to apply compared to other nail polishes that I've tried, because it's so fast drying that by the time that I get, you know, I start from the middle or the side, whatever, by the time I get to the end of the nail and kind of maybe want to go back and fix like a little spot or something like that, it's already drying. And so I can't really fix it very well. So that's a little bit tricky. You do have to work fast, or at least faster than what I'm used to. Yes, 3 coats is way, way better. Full coverage. And remember my little green nail that I have? Well, have. It's still under there. It's the middle one. Can't see the green at all. And this looks really good. It's not done. This is just the colors, so we still have to do the top coat. Now, from doing my own gel for a while, I know you can't tell by my painting skills, but I used to do gel a lot, although I never filmed it. Anyway, I'll tell you that as soon as you're done with your base coat, set it aside, because it can so easily happen that you go to do your top coat, your final step, just to find out that you've been painting your nails with the base coat instead of the top coat. So my base coat is safely put aside. It's still looking clear, by the way. It gets cloudy when it gets too cold. So this is the top coat, and I also made sure that I have the top coat and not the little Revive, although thankfully the Revive bottle does not have a brush, which is really cool. So here's the top coat. I don't remember what the color is called that I have, the red, but I will put that, I'll put the link to this exact set in the description box. I did get it from Amazon because I really like how easy it is to do returns, that kind of stuff on Amazon, but it is sold by Dazzle Dry, so it's their official storefront. It's not like some reseller or anything like that. The price is exactly the same as their website, and I got free shipping on Amazon without having to spend any sort of minimum amount. But on their website, if I remember correctly, you had to hit like a certain minimum before they would offer free shipping. Once again, attempting to paint this while hanging my hand in the air is not proving to be successful. Then when I lie down here or lay it down, it's having a hard time staying in focus with my camera. I have 34 seconds left before it's officially been 5 minutes. I had the same exact experience with a top coat as I did with a color, where it is just very difficult to correct a mistake. And I don't know if mine is already too thick. I don't think so. It felt okay. It's more that it just dries really, really quickly. So if you have to go over a spot, make sure you redip your brush, etc. But really try to just do your best on the first try. And then I cleaned up the little mishaps I had, or most of them. With this thing, I picked this up a while back. I just dipped it into remover and then just did my best to only clean up the little mishaps. There's my timer. Okay, so if the marketing is true, these are fully dry and I can go on with my life. Okay, it does feel dry. I'm kind of hesitant, I don't want to ruin it. It's nice and glossy, it's very smooth. Normally, if I had longer nails, I would be capping the free edge when I paint, and I do think that somebody with more experience probably could have capped the free edge even on very short nails. I think I would have made a mess seeing how this is a red polish. But in general, I really like how these turned out. Now, I've heard in some reviews that these don't chip or peel, but they tend to wear at the tips. We'll see how that goes. I still don't know right now if this is worth the money. It's definitely more expensive than regular polish, but then if it really dries this fast, like if I can just go on with my evening now, if I can go to bed right now or go take a bath or whatever and not worry about it, then it's probably worth it. Also, I don't know if it's ever worth it to buy a full size of anything other than maybe like the base and the top if you're painting your nails a ton, because I can't remember a single time in my entire life, even when I was using nail polishes and gels very regularly, that I've gone through an entire bottle of anything, even if it was a small bottle. So you could probably save money that way. Maybe start with a small kit. I do have an affiliate link to Amazon. I have affiliate links to other stores, so it would actually be in my best financial interest to encourage you to purchase this, or to encourage you to purchase a full size, because, you know, I make a small commission off of every sale, off of my links, so the more you spend, the more I make. But that's just not how I roll. If something sucks, I'll tell you. If something's great, I'll tell you. I think here, if you're the very first time using this, the little kit really does make sense. You do need all of it. You do need the base, the top, probably the Revive. I don't know about the prep. I think the prep is probably the only thing that maybe could be replaced by just rubbing alcohol, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not a chemist, so I'm not sure if there's anything super duper extra special in this prep that would kind of make a difference versus using a regular nail dehydrator or acetone or anything else like that to prep your nails. But overall, it was a good experience. I'm open to buying another color. It will all depend on how it wears. Oftentimes, I post videos or publish them while I'm still wearing the thing. So I will put in the comment, in the first comment, I'll pin it. on how it's wearing, but also if you just like following kind of my nail things and seeing more real life updates, oftentimes before the videos are published, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at KBeautyHobbit. And I have a nails highlight there, and then I post my nails and stories. That's not all I post. I primarily post Korean beauty reviews and stuff like that. And in my stories, I post all kinds of stuff, honestly. But you can definitely follow me there if you don't already, and kind of keep track of the nail thing. In general, this color and all the coats and stuff, they hid my ridges pretty well. I do have really ridge nails, and I don't want to buff them all out because it just weakens the nail. I don't think they look very ridgy. I mean, in some of them you can see it a little bit. Dazzle Dry makes other products. They have some kind of special ridge filler thing, etc. I didn't get any of that because I just wanted to see how the system works. I think I could do a better job if I weren't filming, but I also think this isn't terrible, and I really, really, really love the color. It has a little bit of a metallic shimmer in it. I probably rambled on enough. Thank you very much for sticking with me for so long. You can check out my other nails videos in a nail playlist. You can find me on Instagram and on my blog, KBeautyHobbit.com, as well as my private Facebook group, Korean Beauty Fanatics. We have 96,000 members, and we talk about all things K-beauty, J-beauty, makeup, skincare, all those things. So if you haven't joined yet, please do. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, please remember to always listen to your skin. Thank you so much. Bye.